Hi everyone, welcome to part 6. I've got a digger, I've got some lines on the ground, all I've got to do is dig out some trenches. What could possibly go wrong? Check some depth. I can see the sand at the bottom. That's what I'm looking for. So, either this, it is, wait for it, about, not 130, is what anticipated. No, 120. 120, that's good. Now let me explain what I've just done. What you can see here, this shape is my digger, and I've dug out this trenched area here with the striped area. Now, what I then did was, I turned the digger around and I dug the other side of the trench where you see down below. Now what I would like to have done in an ideal world was simply to have taken the digger down and kept on going all the way to the end here. But I couldn't do that because where the digger you see is there, that's a massive great slope and there's no way you could get a digger down it and reach in. So not possible. So instead, I've had to take the digger out, and my plan is to therefore make a little bridge across the existing hole and then put the digger on it and then scoop out that section there to create it all the way across. Okay, I'm not going to lie, I completely bottled it. I look back now, actually, I think it would have been completely fine, but it felt like it was rocking and moving. So I just decided to scoop a load more out, and what I thought I'd do is just cut that corner out and then bank it up later on. Well, here we are, deep down in a trench at the end of day 3. Oh, it's a lovely atmosphere. Listen to the, you get the blackbirds all going bonkers at this time of night. Very nice. Anyway, hopefully my sunset mode on my camera will work, because we've dug 50% of the trenches. So we've got this long one down the back wall here, and we've got this one here. Now, the observant amongst you will notice I've got the laser on the go. So what I've got is, I've put my leveller, and actually that's what's good about finishing a bit late tonight, is I can see the laser. Now this thing automatically self-levels regardless of what I do. So you can see, if I move it, you see it will go up and down, but it sorts itself out. Now I've put this on a architect's pole. It's a curtain pole, right? It's an old curtain pole, but the height of that, including the amount I pressed into the ground, is the same height as a little notch that I have put here. Now, the big reveal, if I move out the way, is, and by the way, I hope you can see that. Right, ignore the crosshairs in the background, you're looking at the line on the curtain pole in the foreground, and that is about 3, maybe 4 inches lower. Okay, so I'm going to take over the audio here because I did witter on a bit there. At the long section going the other way, and remember we're measuring from the middle of the site, so it's still going down. There was about another 5.5 inches. So from the corner, the top left corner down to the bottom right corner, we've got a drop of about 9 inches, which is acceptable. It just means that the concrete's going to be shallower at the top left than it is at the bottom right in theory. So this is how much I dug out at this stage. I got the drone up the next morning, looking pretty wet. Now I'm going to start moving forward quite quickly in the video because I've got hours of footage of me just digging out stuff, but not terribly interesting. So this is about an hour and a half later that day. That's the first trench that I dug out. And as you can see, we've gone a little bit further here. So we've dug out what would be the front section, or as you looked at the diagram before, it's the top left section, which is ultimately where the entrance to the garage section will be. There's also then the thinner section further around, and as I walk in now with the camera, we'll just go for a spin round, you can see that we have completed the digging. This, by the way, was on the Monday morning, so that's 4 full days, at least one of which was on that tree stump. But there is trouble brewing, to say the least. It kind of looks okay on the ground, as you can see, but I haven't measured it properly. So what I did from here was I got the drone up, and at this point I was completely unaware until I saw the drone footage just how bad this mismeasurement was going to be. So in comes the drone, it's just going to fly over, and as we pan back and go up a little bit, you can see the full horror of the situation. Now, let's freeze this here. Well, I think it's pretty clear what's gone wrong, but just in case it isn't, if you look at the top, you can see the bottom yellow line coming in here now is what we're aiming for, and the line above it is what we have ended up with. At the bottom, it's just as bad. It doesn't look as bad, but think of the length here. This is 12 meters. So again, bottom's what we should have had, top's what we've got. So here we are. This is the Great Footings cock-up, and it's a cock-up number 1 of 3 that all result from each other. And the next video is about how we solve it. Look forward to seeing you in the next episode.